YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reacting to the downfall of the wildlife influencer. I don't know if this is the Tarzan guy, but I know I've seen him before. I just don't remember what his name is. But without further ado, let's just see how he fell off. Sad thing, but let's see.
It's rare that we see influencers who are universally loved and praised for their positive impact on the world. Ironically, these creators are the most vulnerable, because even the smallest controversy can fundamentally destroy their reputations. This couldn't be more—
Yeah, I remember seeing that video on social media. I think he got into a fight with like two guys or something, but I didn't know that's the reason why just because of a fight. That sucks.
True for Brother Nature, who earned millions of followers on all of his social media platforms.
See, I don't like animals that much to even be doing what he was doing. Like, when I go to, ever since I was a kid, when I would go on field trips to the zoo in middle school, I refused to touch the sheep. Like, I don't know, it just freaked me out. Or even like maybe a couple years ago when I went to a fair, they had goats. I did not want to touch no goat. I could just touch myself. I wanted to touch a goat. And then they had pigs, and I'm not touching no pig.
His wildlife content. Brother Nature was known for being kind-hearted, philanthropic, and loving towards animals. But he made one tiny mistake at a sandwich shop in 2019 that would do irreversible damage to his reputation and career. Even 5 years after this incident, people are still commenting on his Instagram, reminding him that they did not forget what he did. Today we are going to analyze the downfall of Brother Nature, who could not figure out how to handle his biggest controversy, and determine if he was a victim or if this incident just pulled the wool from our eyes and exposed who he truly is. And even though Brother Nature—
I don't think just because you got into a fight, it should, I don't think that should ruin your career of being a nature influencer, but
for being kind and wholesome, his social media career began out of jealousy and envy. One summer day in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, Kelvin Pena was with his cousin playing video games. After coming out victorious, Kelvin went outside and was met face-to-face with a deer. Intrigued by the large animal standing in his cousin's backyard, he called him over. His cousin nonchalantly explained that the deer had been coming over regularly and becoming somewhat of a family pet. Kelvin and his cousin then interacted with the deer, feeding it while documenting the experience on Snapchat. Instead of being impressed by his cousin—
yeah, that could never be me. I would never be the type to go outside and be like, oh, let me go play with this deer. I would look at the deer. I might go outside. I just might go outside and just look at it. Maybe scare it off. If not scare it off, I just get freaked out by it and I just go back inside.
To interact with wildlife, he felt envious and jealous. He wished to be as docile as his cousin. In a crazy set of circumstances, Kelvin found a deer in his backyard the moment he returned home from his cousin's house. Envious of his cousin's pet deer, Kelvin wanted one for himself. He enticed the deer with whatever food he could find, and when the two locked eyes, he knew they were best friends. Excited to showcase his newfound friend on social media, Kelvin needed—
You know what's crazy? You could think that animal is really your best friend, but at the end of the day, it's only coming back to you because you're feeding it. Like, that's the only reason why they would come back to you. They don't really— I mean, some animals might really like mess with you as a human or anybody as a human, but to me, I just see it as they just want food, and that's why they're coming back to you. You're feeding them, so of course they're gonna want to come back to you.
The deer a name, and he chose the name Money.
I'm out here eating crackers with my pet deer. His name Money.
This name, combined with the reason why Kelvin became interested in wildlife, potentially foreshadows the future downfall of his career. Kelvin posted a video of him meeting Money to Instagram, instantly catching people's attention. Seeing the positive reception, he decided to upload the video to Twitter. Within 24 hours, the video had thousands of likes and retweets. People thought it was hilarious and could not stop sharing it across the internet. It was a surreal experience for Kelv, who at the time could not comprehend why this random video of him interacting with this deer was intriguing to so many people. At age 17, his social media profile skyrocketed, and he continued posting videos of him interacting with various deer in his neighborhood. Keep in mind, his name was not Brother Nature at the beginning. It was Cold Game Kelv. But his whole world changed when he introduced everyone to his newest deer family member, Canela.
Y'all know what the heck going on, man. Got my dope canela out here. We got the organic cut carrots, the banana.
So I wonder what made him want to switch from the powdered donuts to carrots and bananas. I wonder if people in the comments were saying stop feeding them crackers and powdered donuts.
Canela, what's good, girl? No, I got you. Canela, don't eat the banana like that. Canela, let me peel it for you.
Canela became an iconic part of internet culture, to the point where a lot of you probably refer to any deer as Canela. Canela became a staple part of his brand. Still, 5 years later, people love and miss Canela. Kelv unified all the deer in his neighborhood, calling them the Deer Squad. The Deer Squad featured Money, Money Jr., Canela, Lil Bambi, Tequila, and Lola. And anytime he would meet another animal, he would give them a name and add them to the family.
So how would he remember what each deer's name was and which deer was which? I mean, I guess some of them had I think they're called hoofs or antlers, but it's how do you? What if it's just a whole new set of deer comes? You know what I mean? And it just looks like the same one. So you're calling that deer whatever, but it's really different deer. Make sense?
The United States is actually overpopulated with deer and they all look very similar. The odds of seeing the same deer twice seems pretty low. So people were shocked that he had such a deep and personal connection with a select few deer. In the beginning, his attitude and demeanor was totally different than what he evolved to. Instead of being fun-loving and free-spirited, he had a cocky and braggadocious attitude.
Just to let niggas know that we don't play games out here, my nigga. It's another one, walking up right to me. You my nigga, bro, what's up? Hungry, my nigga? Some Pringles, bro. Yeah. Yes, sir. We do this deer shit out here, bro. Yeah, it's that good shit.
If I was feeding deer and stuff like that, I'd talk to them just like that, too. Here you go, little nigga. Enjoy this, little nigga. Have fun with this one. Oh, you like that, huh? You like that, huh,
good shit, Money. Beat that up. Damn, bro, them antlers looking clean. You just got them hoes cut today? I said fresh. Here you go, eat that. Yeah, my nigga. What's up? Gang shit on here, man.
His attitude,
I would literally talk just like that if I was in that
his
position.
Deer friends like they were foreign cars made him seem like the funny kid everyone knew in school. He even dabbled in making music.
Have you heard of who I am? Who is around my town? They call me the man.
Although he possessed seemingly zero music talent, the shtick of using animals for music video content has actually worked for a few rappers after him. Rapper The Mexican OT went viral last year for holding a chicken while rapping and his buddy riding a horse behind him. You also had Blake Fades, who constantly went viral for rapping on a farm with some cow friends behind him. It's these types.
But I mean, at the end of the day, that's just their environment. So if you're in that environment, I know Mexican OT, I think he's from Texas. He's probably just grew up around that. So instead of, we grew up around, or our culture, black culture is usually you see cars, girls shaking their butts and whatnot. So it's cool seeing somebody do something different, being that on a farmland holding a chicken with your friend riding a horse in the back or a cow, whatever it was. That's cool.
Subtle
different
content
scenery
strategies that people don't focus on that can really take an artist's career to the next level. I cover these types of music marketing strategies as well as give you my personal creative content ideas in my weekly newsletter, Tuned In. Tons of artists out there. While feeding the deer, Kelvin repeated the phrase,
"Every ad
eats," which eventually became his slogan.
Everybody eats, man. Fast money. You already know what's up. You heard?
Who is that?
Kelv's good friend and rapper Slater convinced him to start making merchandise as a source of revenue, while Slater's manager, Nikki, came up with the idea of starting a non-profit organization, Everybody Eats Foundation, and used Kelv's upbringing in a single-parent household.
That's good that they were able to monetize that, make clothes from it, and it turned into a foundation, so that's what's up.
Last Thanksgiving I came up with, I was like, so what can I do to help my community? So I went to the food pantry with a piece of paper, and I asked the people as they were getting their food, hey, would you be able to afford the Thanksgiving meal this Thanksgiving? And the people that said no, I took their name down, wrote their address, and then I made a little promo video telling people, hey, you can go to my website, donate some money so we can feed these families during Thanksgiving.
People were convinced we made the right person famous. Some people go viral for the wrong reasons.
That's good.
But this dude has my respect.
So no, a lot of people, I mean, me personally, not saying I can't do it now, but hopefully when this YouTube blows up, I'll be able to do something like that. I've always liked doing things like that, giving it to people, less fortunate people. So, but yeah, that is good that he was able to make his own foundation and everything like that, and actually going out there and seeing the people who need it and asking them, oh, what do you need? Would you be able to afford it? Writing their names down and whatnot. He took the initiative and did it himself.
This dude has a good head on his shoulders, and he has a good heart. Dude is a blessing on this planet. Kelv was an internet sensation that you could not hate, and this brought him big opportunities. He partnered with the production company called Public Cinema Club to premiere a short-form documentary called Deer Squad at the 2017 Sundance Film Festival. Then a production company called Super Deluxe was impressed with the reception of the documentary and threw him on a plane to Los Angeles to film more content where he interacted with other exotic animals.
You know what's crazy? Like, social media is really super crazy. Like, he just found a deer with his cousin or whatever. Then a deer just happened to be at his house when he got home. Like, that's how you know certain things are meant to be. And then now, like, from just recording a video of him helping the deer, feeding the deer or whatever, now he's doing short films, foundations, like that's
Kelvin the
cool.
Deer Whisperer learns life lessons from wild animals gained millions of views on Facebook. In the comments, a random user referred to Kelv as Brother Nature, and the name stuck. In September of 2017, he chose to drop out of school and move to Los Angeles to become Brother Nature full-time. However, this was seemingly a bad decision for him. Through his videos, Brother Nature really seemed to bond with the local deer. He talked about how much he loved animals and cared about their well-being, even referring to the deer as his friends. But when the moment came for him to profit from his success, he left them behind. In LA, Kelvin steered away from what made him famous. He completely abandoned the deer-related content since he was no longer living in Pennsylvania. He purchased a baby...
Yeah, I don't think I would have moved, like, if that's where my deer are at, I would have moved to LA. Like, I was gonna say, are there deer in LA? But of course there's deer in LA. But yeah, I wouldn't leave Pennsylvania to go to LA. Like, but me personally, I don't even like LA in the first place. So,
which became the main focus of his videos.
Hey man, I got a very special announcement, man. I just bought myself my first pet goat. We lit. His name Bentley, man. He be riding clean in the Bentley. Bentley, why do you be flexing like that, bro?
From here, Brother Nature pushed out a variety of different content. He even began uploading vlogs to YouTube. However, his upload rate was not consistent and the views barely reflected the success he was receiving on other social media platforms. He focused a little bit more on posting his lifestyle in LA rather than animal-related content, which may have made him seem less genuine. Brother Nature was randomly dragging this goat around LA and treating it more like a pet. He failed to realize what made him so interesting in the first place, the lore behind all the deer and the wholesome sharing of food with them. Noticing that
I feel like if you just stayed in the deer, it would just got repetitive. Content would have got repetitive. So I mean, him adding the goat was good, but he could have just did it a better way.
Dropping, Kelv decided to move back home to Pennsylvania in May of 2018, just 8 months after living in LA, although he claims he moved because of the toxic environment in Los Angeles. After he returned home and started uploading content with the deer in the area, he saw a career resurgence. Him being back with the deer was where he belonged. Fans were indulging in his life with Canella and the Deer Squad again. A lot of the deer even had their own Instagram pages. Brother Nature was back in his element and on top of the world. He grew to well over 1 million followers and garnered even more fame than before, but some controversy was about to tarnish his reputation. In October of 2018, a few months after Kelv's viral comeback, several controversial tweets resurfaced in which he used anti-black and anti-Semitic language. It
seems like Twitter is getting everybody. Like every famous person has said something crazy on Twitter. Luckily, I use Twitter, but I don't be using Twitter. I don't be tweeting nothing. I just be liking it and reposting stuff. So you guys won't get me on that one.